Four Feng Shui Landscapes that doom the homeowner to lifelong poverty. 1. The Valley of Dead Qi, where nature thrives but people wither. The ancients observed the shapes of mountains, the lay of the land, and the flow of water not to spread fear, but to remind people to follow the laws of nature. Among the landscapes passed down from generation to generation, the Valley of Dead Qi has always been regarded as one of the most dangerous. A valley is where the earth closes in, surrounded on all sides by mountains, leaving only a narrow gap for sunlight to shine through. In such a place, vital energy cannot circulate. Heaven's qi does not spread, the earth's qi does not rise, yang energy is weak while yin energy accumulates. Building a house there is like locking oneself inside a giant box. On the outside, it may seem peaceful, but inside, strength and spirit are gradually worn away. Look closely and you will see a paradox. Grass and trees in the Valley of Dead Qi remain green, flowers still bloom, and small streams still murmur through. This alluring beauty deceives the untrained eye. People think it's a good place to settle. There are rivers, mountains, and an outward show of abundance. But like a silk robe covering a frail body, the Valley of Dead Qi is only beautiful on the surface, while inside it harbors a force that blocks human fortune. The ancients said, where yin dominates, all things may flourish, but humans cannot endure. Where yang is strong, all things may dry, but people remain vigorous. The Valley of Dead Qi is a place where yin is so dense it drains the life force of those who dwell there, like trees that look lush above ground while their roots are already rotting beneath. Families who live in such a valley often begin in prosperity, but gradually decline. Wealth comes like the first rush of spring rain, abundant and refreshing, yet quickly disappearing. Many households flourish for a few years, only to have luck turn, conflicts arise, and illness set in. Children growing up in this sunless environment become sluggish in spirit, weak in vitality, and struggle in their studies. A child who should stretch toward the light is instead stunted like a plant trapped in shade. The Valley of Dead Qi is also tied to unsettling spiritual tales. People believed wandering souls and heavy earth yin gather there, disturbing sleep and haunting dreams. Long-term residents rarely sleep deeply, their minds weighed down, prone to irritability and chronic illness. Dreams of deep rivers, dark chasms, or shadowy figures signal that life force is being drained and the dwelling itself is poisoning the soul. In Feng Shui, the Valley of Dead Qi is seen as a broken dragon vein. The dragon energy that should flow smoothly is forced into a narrow gorge, unable to spread and nourish. It is like a river squeezed through a tight canyon, at first rushing violently, but soon fading, losing its natural strength. Those who live there ride a wild horse. It seems fast at first, but soon collapses in exhaustion. Tai Su, the star of upheaval and misfortune, shines fiercely on such places. Residents face heavy misfortune, legal troubles, illness, and constant setbacks. Thus, the ancients advised, better to choose barren but open land than a lush valley filled with dead qi. Choosing where to live is choosing destiny. The wise seek light and airflow, the foolish are seduced by surface beauty and pay a bitter price. Yet no cursed land is beyond redemption. Every dangerous terrain carries a lesson. Those who must remain in such a valley should cultivate virtue to overcome the heavy yin. Do good deeds, give to others, practice meditation, and live simply. A calm heart is like a protected lamp that resists the storm. With patience and humility, even a valley of dead qi can become a place of temporary peace. For in the end, poverty is not only born of the earth, but of the heart. The Valley of Dead Qi merely reflects human blindness and greed. To avoid misfortune, one must first avoid ignorance. And if fate has already led you there, only spiritually cultivation and virtuous action can open a new path. 2. The land of cold lava, where blessings are buried in stone. In mystical Feng Shui, not every towering mountain is auspicious. Some regions are covered with lava rock and cold gray stone. Though solid and seemingly eternal, This hardness hides loneliness and blocked life force. The ancients called it the cold lava land, where yang energy cannot rise and yin energy lies frozen within the rock. Set foot there, and you feel a chill seeping into your flesh, not from wind or bone, but from the imprisoned energy of the earth itself. A family who builds a house here may at first feel secure on such solid ground, but this very solidity becomes a trap, burying blessings beneath unyielding stone. Planting a home on cold lava is like sowing seeds on rock. Roots cannot take hold, flowers cannot bloom. No matter how hard the family works, wealth is hard to keep. Business plans stall, partners withdraw, savings slip away like water poured into a cracked jar. Worse, the cold energy seeps into human hearts. Over time, residents grow emotionally dry, cold, and distant. The household loses warmth, couples drift apart, children grow estranged. The ancients taught that a home needs not only a roof, but also a fire. In the cold lava land, the hearth of the heart goes out, leaving an invisible emptiness, a poverty of affection more bitter than material want. Feng Shui likens it to a frozen dragon vein. Life force cannot flow, virtue cannot accumulate, and illness often follows. Long-term residents may suffer joint pain, heart and lung ailments, or chronic fatigue. Dreams of collapsing rocks or falling into deep pits warn of blocked fortune. Spiritually, cold lava areas often hold lingering resentment, sometimes former battlefields where blood was spilled, making the chill even denser. People living here often lose opportunities, face betrayal, or see their efforts unrewarded as if crushed under a mountain's weight. Yet even this frozen land offers a lesson. Not all that is solid brings happiness. A house built on cold stone may be strong in form, but cold in spirit. True wealth lies not in unyielding walls, but in warm hearts. Those unable to leave must counter the cold with compassion. Practice kindness, share warmth, recite prayers, and fill the home with laughter. Patience is key, for only the steady fire of the heart can melt the frozen earth. Open your heart to others, for in giving warmth to the world, you rekindle the flame within your own home. The cold lava land teaches, do not let life harden like stone. Be soft like water, embrace suffering with compassion, and even among icy rocks, you will find light and hidden blessings. 3. The land of cutting winds, where fortune scatters like sand. Ancient texts speak of open, exposed land where all sides face the wind, no mountains to shield, no lakes to balance the chi. This is the wind-cut land, where invisible blades of air slice through vital energy day and night. At first, the openness feels liberating, but stay long and the harsh winds exhaust body and spirit. Choosing such land is like sailing against the wind. At first, the boat moves forward through sheer effort, but fatigue soon sets in and the wind drives it back. Wealth here is like sand in the hand. No matter how tightly you grip, the wind carries it away. Families may rejoice in their spacious homes, only to watch fortune drain within a few years. Money will not stay, careers falter, accidents occur, and minor troubles grow large.
Endless wind brings endless change, keeping life unstable like a lamp flickering in a storm. Tempers flare under constant wind. Residents grow irritable and restless, like flames whipped by gusts, sometimes raging, sometimes dying out. Marital discord, family quarrels, and sibling rivalry become common. The old saying goes, when the wind comes, the heart cannot be still. This restless environment plants unrest in the soul, turning the home into a nest of conflict. Feng Shui describes the qi here as scattered, chaotic, unable to gather or nourish. Wealthy families cannot hold their riches. The poor find it even harder to rise. Life resembles a kite in the wind, soaring high one moment, crashing the next. Health also suffers. Cutting winds bring respiratory and joint problems, headaches, dizziness, and restless sleep. Children are prone to illness and poor concentration, creating a vicious cycle of weakness and anxiety. Spiritually, open winds invite wandering energies. A house built here is like a door left wide open, allowing unseen guests to come and go at will. The ancients taught that to overcome the wind, one must use stillness to defeat movement. Plant trees as windbreaks, build sturdy walls, and most importantly, cultivate inner calm. Meditate, slow down, and reduce anger so that outer winds cannot stir the winds within. A peaceful heart turns fierce gusts into a gentle breeze. This land teaches that poverty is not only from earth, but from lifestyle. Those who chase conflict and endless ambition will know no peace, even on blessed soil. Those who seek serenity and virtue will find calm even in the fiercest gale. 4. The land of ancient bones, where the past still breathes. History hides many places that seem tranquil but are soaked in tragedy. Former battlefields, mass graves, or sites of famine and plague. Time may erase visible scars, grass may grow, and people may settle, but deep in the earth, the yin energy of suffering remains. Such land is called the wasteland of ancient bones, where fortune never gathers and prosperity turns to dust. Many are deceived by the peaceful surface, the flat, easy ground, the cheap price. They rush to build, unaware they are erecting homes upon the remnants of pain. At first, things may go well, but soon misfortune arrives. Persistent illness, failed business, struggling children, marital discord. Night brings strange dreams of the dead or unexplained sounds, a warning that the land is unfit for the living. Residents dwell among echoes of the past, as if reading a blood-stained book whose pages cannot be rewritten. Prosperity fades, spirits weaken, and health declines. Children may be frail or grow unruly, as though their minds are clouded by heavy yin. Feng Shui calls this land of one extreme yin, where the dragon vein is choked by resentment. Even with hard work, success is short-lived, like planting seeds in poisoned soil. Spiritually, wandering souls gather here. Infants cry at night, elders sigh in sorrow, and Tai Sui years bring lawsuits, disasters, or even death. This is a reminder that the karma of the land must be respected. Just as people carry karma, so does the earth. Yet even cursed ground offers a lesson. Nothing truly disappears. Every act leaves a trace. To live here safely, one must honor and appease the past, build shrines, offer prayers, perform charity, and practice compassion. Simplicity and humility prevent further karmic entanglement. Only by sowing light through meditation, prayer, and good deeds can the heavy yin gradually be dissolved. The ancient bones land teaches that happiness cannot be built upon the suffering of others. Without gratitude and moral cultivation, wealth will vanish. But with kindness and spiritual effort, even the darkest soil can be softened. For though the earth may be filled with shadows, a bright heart can still illuminate the deepest night. Looking back at these 4 ominous feng shui landscapes, we see that human destiny is shaped not only by heaven, but also by the land we inhabit. Good land nourishes life. Cursed land drains it. Choosing a home is choosing the foundation of an entire lifetime. Those blinded by greed or lured by superficial beauty risk dragging their whole family into poverty. These lessons are more than feng shui. They are moral teachings. Follow nature, respect the dragon veins, remain humble, and sow virtue to dissolve misfortune. True blessing is the greatest feng shui. Only with a pure heart can one find auspicious ground and avoid disaster. If you found these insights helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the next enlightening video on feng shui, mysticism, and the wisdom of life.